think about this? This movie wasn't even on my radar. I mean, I knew it was happening, but the fact is I didn't really care. But after watching this trailer, I am completely interested. This movie has made it onto my radar. It's cool how that works sometimes, isn't it? That's happened to me a lot, where like a movie is not on my radar, I know it's happening, but I don't care, and then the trailer drops, I'm like, yeah, that actually looks really cool. I'm interested now. And of course, the movie I'm talking about is Dr. Sleep, which is an official sequel to the 1980 Stanley Kubrick classic, The Shining, based off of Stephen King's renowned novels. Alright, full disclosure here, and I can't believe I'm actually about to say this. I've only seen The Shining once. I watched it with my dad, and you can't deny, for those of you who know this movie, it's a slow burn. I was actually pretty bored by it. But I have been meaning to give this movie another try because people love it so much. To a lot of people, it's just one of the greatest movies ever made. So I do want to watch it again. I mean, there are so many iconic scenes in that movie, some of which are actually recreated in this trailer. I'll talk about those when I get to them. This trailer, though, it really piqued my interest. It starts out with Ewan McGregor. He's sitting alone in a room, and he's got this chalkboard. He sees these words showing up. I don't know if he's the one writing them, but you see him writing a little later. I'm not really sure what this scene's all about. But then, all of a sudden, he's sleeping, and then you just hear boom! And then you see it on his wall. Red rum! Red rum! You're like, alright, shit's getting real right off the bat. But I think the meat of the story is mostly gonna revolve around this kid that he's talking to. She's like, you're magic, like me. His response, though, what he says, it's really cool.
I don't know about magic. I always called it The Shining.
Because yeah, that's what The Shining is, and this is kind of a spoiler alert for The Shining movie, or the book. The Shining refers to some people have like these telepathic powers. What is it? They can read minds and control things, I guess, to an extent. I mean, I don't think it's like Carrie, where she can just like use the force on people, but they're psychic in like a different way. Admittedly, I don't remember exactly what it is, but it looks like there are some other kind of psychic powers in play here. You see this one scene where like this woman is looking at another woman, and you see these glowing eyes and the breath thing. I'm like, what's going on there? Looks kind of evil to me. Rebecca Ferguson from the later Mission Impossible movies comes into play. She sees this little girl, she's like, hi there. I was like, ooh, she sounds like bad news. But then we get to it. We see some recreations of iconic scenes from The Shining. You know, like little Danny on his bike, and I forgot to mention this, Ewan McGregor's character is little Danny all grown up. He's still traumatized because you remember, Danny's not here, Mrs. Torrance. So yeah, you see flashbacks, little Danny on his bike, room 237 with the naked lady in the tub. For those of you who love Ready Player One, yeah, that was a pretty funny scene in that movie, huh? And of course, other iconic scenes like the blood coming out of the elevator all slow motion. Those little twin girls, who I honestly never found that scary. Like, yeah, they're kind of creepy, like they're wearing the same thing and they speak in complete unison. That's kind of weird, sure, but what exactly is scary about that? Oh, they're ghosts. Alright. But then, of course, at the very end of the trailer, you gotta sell it with the most iconic scene from The Shining, which y'all know what it is. Even if you haven't seen The Shining, you know the scene. Here's Johnny! But of course, when Ewan McGregor comes out to that door, we all just can't help but think of this.
Hello there.
Come on, I'm not the only one who thought of that, right? It's like all over the YouTube comments of this trailer. I like the fact that this is actually a sequel to the movie that came out, not just the book. You know, it's not like takes place in its own world, like based off the book. No, it's actually a sequel to the movie based off the book. It's following continuity, recapturing iconic scenes, and of course, reusing iconic music. Alright, I'm sold. Come on, 80s synthesizers? I'm in! So yeah, in the end, this trailer just really intrigued the hell out of me. Again, it's a horror movie, and I'm not used to being excited for horror movies. Maybe it only works if it's based off a Stephen King book, or directed by Jordan Peele, or if it's an Alien movie. Oh my god, what's happening to me? If you were to tell me 5 years ago that I would one day be excited for a horror movie, I would have said you were crazy. Pretty funny how life works sometimes, huh? So, the official teaser trailer for Dr. Sleep. Have you watched it? What do you think about it? How does this movie look to you? What do you think of The Shining? Have you read either of the books? What do you think about them? What is your favorite Stephen King book? What is your favorite movie based off a Stephen King book? Alright, the questions are getting a little out of control, but whatever you think about any of that stuff, go ahead and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe.